Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tamara, aka Girl from Harlem.
What's up, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. I got my Barry White voice on. Don't worry about it. I've been screaming all day. Don't worry about it. Let's get it.
And this is the God Show. Woo.
Appreciate y'all. And we have a very special guest, my sister. I love this girl. I remember being at her showcase when she was a rapper. And I remember, I don't even know how we got close, but we got close, and I seen her at a showcase. She was a rapper. Then I seen next time I saw her, she was a manager. And I've seen the growth. And when we was talking, she was hitting me. She asked me a question that was kind of funny. She was like, do I have to be a certain? I was like, what? You my nigga? What you talking about? Come on, come to the podcast. You can stop by and be the motherfucking guest host anytime you want to. Let's go. So we got my sister, Brooke Da Brand.
Thank you.
Welcome. You look amazing, by the way. Thank you for coming in.
Much.
So I know like fashion is a big thing for your look and your brand. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, first of all, I grew up in fashion. Like my grandmother was very fashion forward, but that's back when, she used to make us put on slips and everything and stuff like that. Somehow I won best dressed with like 5 outfits. You know what I mean? I didn't have the most, but I always was just fly. Everything about me, I always wanted to make sure it went back to fashion. And then when I used to be a rapper, I used to style the group.
Wait, what was your rap name?
Brooke Holiday.
Oh, Brooke Holiday.
I took it from Billie Holiday because I grew up
that.
in jazz. My grandfather was a famous jazz musician, and he always made us listen to Billie Holiday, and I liked her, so I couldn't just name myself Billie Holiday, so I put Brooke.
That's
and
cute.
then I did the last name, Holiday.
I love that. So how does fashion kind of transcend over into the hip-hop culture and what you got going on?
So for me, fashion is a big deal because it's an expression. It's who you are before you even enter the room. Like, you see the person clothes and everything before you even hear them speak or whatever, and you kind of can judge a person. Well, society judge you on your appearance. So it's like your swag represents everything in your fashion. So even just like as a little girl, like I've been wearing high heels since the 6th grade. Yes, and my grandmother used to be like, "You're gonna mess your back up or something like that." But I'm 4'11", so I'm sure in the 6th grade I probably was like 4'8". So it was just a thing about being taller or whatever. And I just I'm so in love with fashion. Like, it's my thing. I was a stylist for the group I was in. I could still be a stylist. I don't like to do that, but I am fashion, and I think the culture and hip hop, it go hand in hand.
I don't think I ever said this on the show, but I actually judge you based on your fashion. Like, if you're like Pharrell looks like his music. Think about it.
That is true.
Like Pharrell looks like Timbaland looks like a producer. Like he looks like a producer. Anytime you tell me, like I was in Phipps Plaza the other day, and this dude ran up on me like, I'm a songwriter, and I swear I was like, no, I said, you on that Neo Babyface vibe, aren't you? He was like, man, how the hell you know? I'm like, dog, look at you. Yeah, like I'm like, it was just the sweater he had on. I was like, bro, I don't think you're gonna write strip club and dollar bills.
Right.
You're gonna write, I only think of you on two. You could just tell,
You can tell.
And it's another thing. One of my, I don't care if people judge me. One of my favorite movies is The Devil Wears Prada.
Love that movie.
And that
wait, really?
What? Oh, no. And there's a line in the movie where she was like, oh, you don't think you care about fashion. You don't think your clothes tell us who you are.
That is true.
What you wear tells us who you are. It tells us if you give a fuck, if you don't give a fuck, if you ready to fight.
How serious it take you.
Yeah, like fashion, I don't care what you say. If you're country,
provocative.
if you're country, if you think you have a nice behind, you're gonna wear clothes that accentuate that. If you think you have it just tells you everything. It just tells you everything.
Wait, speaking of that, do you feel like you have boundaries or limitations as to what you could wear when you're in like these meetings or representing artists? Like, how do you feel like fashion kind of affects that as a woman?
So that's so crazy you asked me that, because a lot of times, even like before I went corporate, when I was in like pursuit of wanting to go on the inside, there were like a few executives like, well, Brooke, you just dress so good. You don't look like you need a job, or you so into fashion. And, it's time to go put the Timberlands on and the hoodies And like, you got to really show people you grinding. And I'm like, I'm a woman. So if I wear Timberlands and hoodies, that mean I'm grinding, but you see the work. You know what I mean? I'm a part of lifestyle. I've always been into this look. You know what I mean? When I move artists around, I have on heels. I will hustle one of the same guys who told me that under the table in a 6-inch heel. So there's never been for me, that is weird. And even transitioning, it's like, I'm still, even maybe like my third day at work, my first week at work, when I went to New York, I had red hair. But they didn't say anything. I still had on all black, you know what I mean? Because it's like with red hair, it's so busy, I didn't want to be distracted. So I kind of toned certain things down or whatever, but I'm me. I'm a creative. I'm not, before I'm anything, I'm a creative. And so,
do you think your race played a part in that? Like, would a white woman have to turn it down? Or do you think that's just something that women face in general?
I think women in general, I do think that.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I think women in general, because there's so many things. We're in a boys club, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you think about even just, let's go to rap, when Eve, when they tell the story about Eve and DMX and the Rough Riders, and they was like, they made her get in a cypher, and she had to go against all the boys. And she freestyled against all of them, and it's like, but they wouldn't make a boy do that. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Well, men will do that. Men will naturally do that.
Well, the battling or whatever. But she did it, but the whole thing was she had on a female outfit. You know what I mean? Like, she was feminine. So that's when they said she's the pit bull in the skirt. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel. It's like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but I'm a woman, and that's what I want to represent. And whenever I saw Sylvia Rome, I never saw her like look masculine or aggressive. She always looked graceful and pleasant, but she'll tear your ass up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting the lady speak, but Tamira likes to make things about black and white.
I sure do, because everything,
men and women,
race is always the underline.
This is the music business. This is the music business. It is the business of music. This is the business of entertainment. Everybody got to play the same game. Trust me on that. Like, I was in meetings where guys were told not to wear their gold chains.
I can believe that.
If you're an executive. Mm-hmm. But my thing is that, so you actually are like kind of like on a spectrum from everybody else, because most women in the music business play down.
They do. I've watched it over and over and over.
And you don't.
I don't, and I never did. But
Mike, talking to Mike.
I will say, over the time, I've seen girls that are starting to do cultural branding and dressing feminine. You know what I mean? Like,
it's over the
almost
last
looking like artists.
Over the last 4 or 5 years, it's been very different. You will see a music executive female in a thong on the beach, like.
Now, see, I even get weirded out about that. Now, I'm going to be honest. Dallas had a trip in Mexico for his birthday that we all went out to. And in that moment, I probably was like 20 pounds heavier. Mm-hmm. So my shape at the time, my rear end was just,
out there.
Really
Talk.
big.
By the way, Brooke is gonna loosen up, guys. Brooke is real. She from St. Louis.
Yeah, I am.
If she be on her hood shit,
Totally.
we're gonna get it there. I want her to know this is home. Talk your shit.
No, I'm just saying I didn't want to be
a
like
big old ass.
That thing was poking.
I had a big old ass. I couldn't hide it.
No, and so I had actually, and I wasn't even at that point. I was still independent, but I've never been a type. You can go through my page. I've never been a type to show my butt. I just never been into that. And I don't have nothing against, women who do it, but I just never been into that. And I took one picture.
Why?
I'd never, even when I was an artist, that just was never my thing. I actually would be shy of it.
So what do you show then?
I show my cleavage probably a little bit more than
you turned up.
Even back then.
If I show somebody your IG, they ain't gonna think that you are. They gonna think you are I told her this when I met her. I said, you and your group. Remember, I don't know if you remember this. I said, y'all look like drug dealer girlfriends.
Yeah.
And you was like, that's what we was going for.
That's
exactly
what
what we
IG
was
page
going for.
Because y'all had a song like dollars.
Yes, dollars.
Dollars. So I was like, y'all like drug
dealers.
dealers.
You remember that?
Brother,
Oh, my God.
I remember it all.
We was at Puff's restaurant.
We was at Justin's.
Justin's,
And
yeah.
Deborah Anthony was managing y'all.
was managing us.
And y'all was like, dollars. And I was like, man, they look like 3 drug dealer girlfriends.
And we were trying to come out with like tennis shoes, like called block huggers,
Yeah.
stuff named after bricks. Like,
Block huggers.
because that's what we were, though. You know what I mean?
Y'all were drug dealers'
we were
girlfriends.
drug dealers' girlfriends. To be honest, you know, back then, like that's what it was.
Stay true to what you are.
You know what I mean? That was the whole lifestyle around it. We're from St. Louis, the north side of St. Louis, so pretty much everything was centered around the streets.
So I got a question for you. Tell me, okay, so I feel like this. The reason why I always looked out for you, I always kind of always treated you like sis and put my arm around you was because it was already hard being a black man coming in this shit. It's hard as fuck. Like, the music business is hard to break in, not because it's based on your talent, not
Correct.
because it's based on what you know. It's really just based on your interaction. So view the music business like high school, right? So when you go into high school, like in your high school, they might wear Timbs. Somebody else high school, they might wear Reeboks. But the music business is its own ecosystem. And if you're too fly, niggas is gonna be like, keep that nigga away. And if you're bummy, it's fucked up, man.
Oh, it's so many
It's
of
fucked
those
up.
things.
But once you get the hang of it and you understand it, you can exist in this business. Because the one thing that we are not known for is being intelligent.
That's correct.
No disrespect. Like, you wouldn't believe how many people I looked up to that I met, and I was like, that's it?
Right.
Nah, you can't be the person that I thought. And you get in a room with them, and they like, man, what the fuck is up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they let you down, and you was like,
Yeah.
damn, you're a real cornball.
What's that song J. Cole came out with about idols and like
no role models.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so my thing is that I was a black man in Atlanta. Atlanta is still its own ecosystem. You came from the Lou. And now that you come from the Lou, you came up in this shit. What were your biggest obstacles as a pretty woman? Because sometimes the best thing you could be in this business is unattractive.
I was just about to say that.
Sometimes like being unattractive is almost a benefit because at least you ain't got to worry about nobody wanting to mess with you.
Correct.
But being a pretty woman, how hard was it?
So one of the main things too, I'm not saying this in bragging rights, but I didn't sleep my way to the top.
No, that's
And
what I'm
so
saying, because I know
that-
you didn't.
So that's why it's harder. That's why it was harder.
I know you didn't.
I've had so many, like, you know, of course I would never like say names, never in life, but like
They fucking out here.
yeah, they are
fucking.
propositions and stuff, or like I knew
I'm gonna help you. Keep
different people that I could have, you know, dated or, you know,
Fucked with.
been
You can say
promiscuous, been promiscuous with or whatever. I would have gotten possibly further, faster.
Well,
you know what I mean?
well,
I don't even know because it.
Let me jump in because there is somebody out there that think that, well, shit, maybe I should fuck. It's still a flip of a it's still a flip of a
It
coin.
still is.
Because you might some guys you
guarantee.
just being honest, some guys or women that you might mess with that might not want you to be high up. They might like you being right there where they
Oh
can
my
do what they want with
God.
you until you. So they'll sell you the promise of helping you and I'm gonna put you on, and
Correct.
really they're gonna put something in you and ain't gonna give you nothing.
Correct.
And probably turn you into a baby mama. And then once that happens, it's a stigma on you. And like you can't, like, people in this business deal with each other, but that should be so private. Because once you got that name on you, that name is on you.
It's on you, you know what I mean? And so, and I, even just like being from the hood, being from the streets, it was always good having a good name.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Having a good name will take you so far, and it take you years to build your name, and it take 15 seconds to damage it.
Seconds to break it
15 seconds. And so for that, I was always the girl that everybody looked up to, like the way I dressed, fly. I had a baby at 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a fast girl,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But my child's father, he was my first, you know what I mean? When
Yeah.
we was in a relationship, he was, you know, out there we had a good life for that such of a young age or whatever. And from there, he always would say like, you better not never mess with nobody. If I ever find out we'll never be together, that really scared me. I really believed that. Like, I can't mess with nobody.
like I don't know. Like you have one of the cleanest slates.
Thank you.
And it's a few of y'all. Like there's a few girls out there that I'm like, man, she has a amazing slate, and that's important because when someone hires you, or when someone has you as their manager, they want to take pride in knowing that somebody. Every time Dick and Harry was like,
and that's the thing that pride me too. I never wanted to be locker room talk. From then as a little girl to now, you know what I mean? I never want to walk in a meeting and then it's this many execs or this many people like, yeah, I hit her or whatever. It feel good to walk like nobody knows about me in that way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? No matter how feminine or sexy I dress or what they think. And a lot of times they have these perceptions because I stay around a lot of beautiful women.
Yes.
I'm always around a lot of beautiful women.
And a whole bunch of street niggas.
Yeah.
You are
allegedly.
Like, no, but what I mean by that, like street rappers, like you you was always the only girl in the male crew. And what I mean, street niggas don't mean dope boys. Niggas mean like
hustlers,
black businessmen from the hood that are like about their motherfucking business. So you always was known for that. So I was just like, man, and it's like,
and people swear that,
and you're not low key.
I'm not low key.
You're gonna be seen.
I'm gonna be seen.
You're gonna be. So that's what
I'm always.
All of those things are almost the opposite of what they teach you coming up.
That is true.
How the fuck did you do it?
I don't know. I think with me, it was a respect thing, and just being in the streets, you always knew like what to not show. So like somebody might think that I'm showing everything or that like. What does she keep to herself? I'm really showing lifestyle. I'm showing fine dining, restaurants, certain meals, new restaurants, traveling, yachts, fashion, new hairstyles, my beautician, the way I do the decor in my house.
Yeah.
Different furniture pieces, calls, dials, you know what I mean? Different artwork. I'm showing me at art museums. And then I'm back to hip hop, back to music. Is that, and everything along it's like a long movie with JayZ playing behind it. You know what I mean? I'm like a perfect verse, like a
on a rap song.
Yeah, I'm like.
On what rap song would be your verse?
See, that's hard because it's always gonna come out of something off maybe Blueprint. Let me see. It's so many, Ray. Oh my God. You know what verse that I love is that I think when JayZ say you treat the one that you love with the same respect as the one that you humping, that ain't about nothing. If ever she mad, she won't have to go through that. It won't be that. I won't be Kofi with no VS. It was just something about how he was teaching game. Because so many men, especially in this generation, you can't separate the wife from the side girl. You know what I mean? You can't. And he had morals and rules. Like in that verse, he taught so much game. He said, if ever she mad about something, it won't be that. I won't be where Kofi comfortable where we be at with no bitch. You know what I mean? That was different. That was a hard verse. He was kicking so much game just in that small verse. And now I even see women who get at people's wives, call them and stuff. Like with my grandfather, we didn't, they went through their thing or whatever, but nobody ever disrespected our household. But we didn't have Instagram either, so they might not know how to get in touch. But that phone ring one time, that might mean for Granddaddy to leave the house. But you
gotta remember Granddaddy.
Pick up, hang up.
You gotta remember Granddaddy.
He was a musician, so he was whorish.
I'm just saying, but you gotta remember that.
He was a Rolling Stone.
Granddaddy had a family a couple blocks over.
Sure
it was
did.
just we didn't talk about it, and dog, this new world is. Can we just talk how fucked up this new world is that we live in?
Fucked up.
Like it's like in the world of clout.
It's jaded.
Like, okay, so I gotta say, my biggest problem, and actually I got women here. I can vent to y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame y'all.
That's where that was going.
I think the biggest problem in
social media.
in hip hop culture has become the fascination of the rapper's girlfriend.
That is true.
And now we're making that girlfriend famous.
She's bigger
and
than
all
a
her
rapper.
toxicity, all her bullshit. Like, dog, I think somebody was saying that the G Herbo's girl has more followers than him.
Yeah, way
She
more.
Like,
does.
who?
Way more.
No, like, way more. Okay, I like way more.
Well, not his
Who the fuck-
girlfriend, but his ex-baby's mom.
No, I'm saying, who the fuck
Gave her.
is to blame for that? Women.
Well, how do you blame her for that?
No,
he-
I'm blaming women for that. Women have created an
We
interest.
just stand out wherever
No,
we at.
Well, we don't
no,
know
sir.
who Fat
Hold
Joe's
on,
wife
no, sir.
is. We don't know who
Yeah,
Fat
Yeah, we don't know
Joe's
who Fat Joe wife is. We don't know Khaled wife is. You wanna know
Exactly,
why?
but
You
no,
what? Can I
because
tell you why?
Herbo was bringing
Can I
her
tell you
around
why?
everywhere
Can I
on
tell
them
you why?
clubs. He was trying to make her get her own
Can I
bag
t-
so that she
Can
stopped
I-
begging him. He did that, and
Can
he
I tell you
didn't
why
think
we
it was
don't
going
know?
to go
Can I
the
tell
way
you why we
it
don't know
went.
those
But
guys'
go ahead.
wives? Those guys have been out for 20 plus years.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't
The
come
last
up in that
5
era.
years, it's been different. And
We don't know who Mulatto's
Well, 'cause it used to
boyfriend
be.
is.
We, of
People are
course,
hiding.
because you know why we don't know who their boyfriend is? Because women aren't interested in other women's boyfriends. But for some reason, we're interested in who a rapper is fucking. I'm not. Dog, Ice-T had an album cover with his wife in a thong, right? I remember being a little kid seeing that album. Yeah, no, not Coco. This the Asian woman, black and Asian woman, gorgeous.
I remember her.
I don't know her name. I don't even care to know her name. That was his wife. Another thing about men is that I'm not interested in dog. One of my rules that I'm in the music business with is I come in the room, I speak to everybody, but I never look women in their eye.
That's
because
respectful.
I don't know if that's his wife, and I don't want him to feel like I'm disrespecting
But
him.
see, that's coming up in. You came up in a good era,
But
you come up in an era where men prided you're sacred, so you don't talk to people. You don't. I mean,
No, I say hello, but I don't lock eyes because I just feel like eye contact can
Yeah.
be considered flirtatious.
Correct.
But my thing is, now it's like rappers are like putting their girls right next to them, letting them be their own brand. And to me, what
even publicity, PR wise, it could be that way.
I
as
know,
well.
but that's my point. And I believe that is going to hurt our culture because we are making women famous for nothing besides who they're fucking, not who they are. Now, JayZ's wife, he's the fucking GOAT. His wife is that bitch.
That's America's darling.
That's my point. Beyonce is. So he walks in the room and it's like
He
we
might
know
be
her for her.
Mr.
But
J.
now, so think about this: we're celebrating women who are like, I like a street nigga that tell me shut the fuck up, got the gun on the seat, look at me like bitch. And I'm telling y'all, we are creating toxicity that young girls are looking up to and admiring. Like we're gonna be pissed one day. And I'm pretty sure it's
I think
happening right
that's
now
true.
where there's a 7th grade girl that's like, what do you want to be? I want to be a rapper's girlfriend. Because when I start fucking with the right rapper, I'm going to build my brand and I'm going to have my own shoe line. And it's like, what the fuck are you going to do? What are you known for? Like, I believe that is a huge problem in hip hop. And I noticed that with Chris Brown, because I remember we was working on Seven's album and I'm saying Chris Brown was pushing 7 and Chris Brown and I think Atlantic was who she was signed to. They was pushing the fuck out of this girl. But Karrueche had triple the followers of her. So it's almost like, so we're saying to the world, you're better off fucking them than you are doing business with them.
I see what you're saying.
Because the girls that fuck them get all the fame and the girls that try to do business with them get nothing. Am I tripping?
That's a good perspective.
And that is a creation of women.
Okay. I mean, don't bow out gracefully now.
I'm saying as a
But
listen.
you did just break that down, really. That was a perspective. I really want to touch on that.
I'm asking y'all both. Y'all can jump in.
You really.
I don't see how we created the problem.
I
Like,
think
like it's a creation of women.
It's
That's the fuck
something
we
that's
do.
happening,
Y'all-
but I
y'all-
don't think.
I can tell you what y'all did. She don't. Let me
Yeah,
deal
tell
with
us
her.
how
I
you
can tell you what
think.
y'all did. Y'all followed them. Y'all celebrated them. Y'all supported their brands. When the guy fucked up, y'all made them the victim. How the fuck are you gonna get mad at anybody for like this is so crazy to me. How do you fuck with someone that has millions of followers, millions of dollars, millions of fans, and get mad when he fucks someone? What's the
Yeah,
you knew what you was signing up for.
Yeah, you know what?
Dog, that's like working with a porn star getting mad that she was fucking at work. What the fuck? You get paid? Like, dog, no. I'm telling you, bro. Dog, and then now we make her the victim. Oh my God, he did her so wrong. Look how wrong he did her. Look at why he cheated on her. Motherfucker, she was in line like everybody else. Trying to get to him, got to him.
And he living
Tell me I'm lying.
His prime. That's true.
And he's in his prime. No, you can't. How you gonna mess with a fucking celebrity that 30,000, 20,000 people line up to see, knowing that all these women want to mess with your man, and they get mad when one slipped through the crack?
Then why can't be honest and say, I'm gonna fuck other bitches? Like, why they sitting there selling these girls a dream, sitting there like, no, it's just you, it's just me,
because that's what men have done since the beginning of time.
Stand on it. Be wrong. I'm a rapper. I'm gonna be outside. You gonna stay with me or no? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I like
this conversation. Let's have it.
But I think some of these girls some of these rappers are telling some of these popular females that's what's going on. And I think the girls are saying, I'm cool with it, but just don't let it get out and don't embarrass me. So but we live in a time where
you can't let it.
It's hard for it to not get.
It's hard for it not to get out.
Because everybody got their phones out.
But listen, man. I'm asking you guys because.
And then a girl's a clout chaser.
To me, I have a daughter that I'm raising, and I want to make sure my daughter doesn't think being with a rap star is a career.
I agree. Well, I want to go back a little bit.
Oh, nobody answered my question. Okay, cool.
We did answer it. We said,
anyway, it didn't get answered, but it's okay.
Well, we'll circle back in a little bit. You mentioned that you started as an artist, right? Mm-hmm. So how did you transition, or what was your biggest obstacle transition from an artist to A&R?
Well, I went from an artist to a manager.
Manager.
I went from I was in a group, a rap group. And then they wanted Tiffany Fox to be solo. She was just a better artist than us. She had the whole profile, the look, the 5'7", small waist, big hips, everything. The whole group, we all were natural, but she just had that look. You know what I mean? And Tiffany bars is different. Like, her pen game is just stupid. You know what I mean? She was a different type of beast, and I understood it. And we was like, yeah, girl, we tired. Like, go solo.
You got it.
And then she was like, I would if you manage me. I always was the glue. I always put the deals together. Even the way we met Deborah, I called, blew her phone up. Zaytoven blew his phone up. Everything that we ever did, I did the branding, marketing to our song dollars. I was like, well, we should go to all the strip clubs, get the girls a bag, put the dollar on it. So it was really easy for me to step from in front of the camera with how you got to be dressed, look, and got to go in the studio and write and stuff like that. It was really easy because it was what I already was doing. My whole life, I've been putting shit together.
Some of the best executives are artists first.
Yeah, because I do know how it feels for an artist to make sure they get their music out. I know that expression, they wordplay, just the seriousness of it. Like, I knew when we would go to Ebro or like Hot 97, K-Slay, any of them things, like the pressure of doing a freestyle. So I would just know, like, Tiffany, I think we was going on Sway. And I'm like, Sway gonna make you freestyle. So, like, I knew that as an artist, how serious that was, but that's pressure. But I also knew to prep her, you know what I mean? Like, think of something that you really like, you know what I mean?
Oh, so you had both perspectives.
Yeah, I had both perspectives. And I had so many relationships from being an artist. So it really, when transitioning to be a manager, it really was what I already did. And then right after Tiffany, during a group, we met Chubby Baby. And
my brother.
Yeah, Chubby Baby, I brought him in, like, to consult with me on Tiffany or whatever. And then he was just like, I just love the way you move artists around. Like, he knew I understood how important it is to go in the hole-in-the-wall clubs, pay the DJs. Because I was an artist, so I used to be the artist at the DJ booth buying them drinks with money that I didn't have, somebody's money. But, you know, like, I know how to break a record from the ground up. Like, the new way, because streaming wasn't all the way It was coming, but it wasn't like it is now. So that's when you had to put in work and you had to go in the clubs and stand on the couches and, you know, be seen. And then the DJ play your song at the strip club. Then you got to have the ones to give to the girls. So that's why it was always important for me to have the street guys around. Like, because this you need money to circulate. And
it is a look.
It's a look.
The look, perception matters more in this game than reality. If they think you're the star and you're really the star, you're going to be the star. It's who people believe is the
Correct.
star. People choose stars. You don't select them.
That is so true.
I want both of you guys to kind of describe the overall female culture of hip hop, like behind the scenes and in front of the camera. So how do you feel about female rap and all that stuff? And females in the boardroom, what's going on with that? I know you could give me.
You said females in the boardroom?
In the boardroom.
And on females in front of the camera and behind the camera.
So I think it has definitely changed females. That's one of the biggest issues we was having with Tiffany was heavy in hip hop. We were noticing that the game was changing and nobody cared that she had a real fat ass or that she was really natural and that she had a pen game. Her and Nicki really could go toe for toe with lyrics. But the game started changing. And it's like, it's things to be bragged about, ass shots. That BBLs and stuff started to become like, let's brag about this. Having a wordplay was not a thing no more. It's about having a record. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck if you can rap anymore? So for female culture right now, to me, everybody has started looking the same. Once they start, Nicki had the game closed for a minute. Once it opened up, I can't tell nobody apart. Everybody looks the exact same. Everybody wears the exact color hair wigs. Everybody's shaped the same. They get their bodies the same. It's almost like the female rapper's kit. So right now, I'm excited to see Glorilla. And that's not to say that she's not attractive. I'm saying she has
a regular girl body.
Yeah, and she's not so polished. So now, where it used to be, you had to be a girl that everybody wanted to sleep with or wanted to dress like. That's in the industry, period, in entertainment. Like, somebody need to want to be you or sleep with you. You know what I mean? Now it's like, it's kind of switching. It's coming back to a good record and being relatable. So when I see the girl Glitter Gloss with her babies on her hips,
fire.
I'm from the bottom. I know Section 8. I know WIC vouchers. I know food stamps. I had a baby at 15. I had a low-income house. I didn't want to stay with my grandma when I had my baby. And I'm like, oh, so you just sign right here and then you get a waiting list and then they put me in a house. You know what I mean? I had all of that, the government assistance and stuff like that. So imagine how many girls. I went to a pregnant school when I was in high school. It was like.
Me too.
No, you didn't. It was a good
school.
No, I always tell people I graduated from open campus. We had a daycare center in my school.
Oh, okay.
Like, I went to the school for kids that were so far behind. Pregnant girls had to leave for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, we literally, it's like 100 girls pregnant that we had nap time and all that. And all these girls are like, we all from the bottom, so they relate to that's a cycle that keep going. So they relate to the glitter gloss with the baby on the hips while she rapping. She ain't have a babysitter probably. And so now that's more relatable than the BBL look or every girl got a Birkin. Birkins are exclusive. Like, you have to know somebody or to be on a list to even get it. So it's like, is this real? What is this persona? Like, what's happening right now? Like, no, it used to be a time where that was an exclusive thing. And it's an investment purse, don't get me wrong, but it's like, now that's a girl's dream. So when I see Glorilla and I see Lola Brooke just back rapping, coming with that hardcore delivery, that was me. I had a deep delivery. I didn't rap the way I talk. So just being 4'11" and being small and they running the charts like that, I think it's coming back. But I think women have a lot of scrutiny on them being in front of the camera.
I just gonna say this. I wish that I'm mind you, I love I love what female rap is because it's relevant. That's what I love. Period. Because
love it too.
women are better versions of us. I just have one request that I wish happened in female rap. I wish there was just one woman that was rapping about saying, don't do what I did.
No,
Like
that's
when
real.
JayZ
Like
said,
Lauryn Hill.
I didn't tell you to sell crack. No, Hove did that. So hopefully you
hopefully
don't have to go through that. I miss that. That to me is what female rap is missing. Like one girl who's like, fuck with a street nigga, got fucked over, had a kid, was on my welfare, never gonna do that again.
Instead of saying boss up,
street nigga, where
get
the
your
money
credit
at, dope
right,
boy.
have him get
Scamming, give me the credit
Yeah,
card.
I want
have
to
him
scam
buy you a
yeah.
business.
Yeah. Even that, even if it's not saying I ain't want him to buy me a Birkin. I wanted to invest in my business.
Correct.
If that was in rap, I think that's the next level of where female rap goes, where now females are saying, don't do what I did. But historically, women are harder on each other than men are.
True.
Like I could be, if a billionaire came in the room and.
Because would you want to hear that? That's what.
No.
If they did it in the right way, a girl would want to hear it.
That's what I'm saying. But
Lady London kind of does it.
But nobody listens to Lady London. Like I always say, no. She should have been signed. She should be way bigger than 90% of
the time.
I think she signed BMG, I thought. Is that not Lady London?
I don't know. On Facebook, we always arguing about why isn't Lady London bigger? Because she's from New York. That's somebody that we really
that's
like.
not. I'm thinking about Steph London.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Lady London. Yeah, so she's a really good rapper, a conscious rapper. She does the stuff that you're asking people to pretty much do.
I have another question for the women.
But, yeah, she's not as big.
I have a question for y'all both. This is just, I'm a student also. Okay, if a man came in the room and he was single and he was a billionaire, every man that be in here would be like, yo, that's dope. Man, he living. That man living. Even if he had 100 girls or he wasn't interested in girls, we wouldn't give a fuck. But let a female billionaire walk in the room without a man. As soon as she leave the room, she ain't happy. She ain't got no man. She ain't got
exactly
this.
what they think.
Why do women do that to each other?
I wouldn't do that because I'm such a girl's girl that it even irritates me when the women in the industry have this whole fake women empowerment and be mean as hell, mean girls.
Mean as fuck.
You follow them, don't follow back. We had these whole great conversations uplifting each other, but it's all in a moment and stuff. I don't like that. Like, I'm such a girl's girl that if a woman walked in a room, whether she big or small, I'm embracing, I'm empowering her. You know, I'm celebrating her because I know what it's like to just, it's hard being a woman. And it's definitely hard being a black woman.
It's hard as fuck.
It's so hard. The
world is already hard on y'all,
yes.
and y'all are harder on each other.
I
agree. Just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Like dog, somebody doing good, I'm with them.
But I think it's a self thing. So it's like how she got all that and I have less, and it's a comparative thing.
It's a comparison immediately.
Yeah, and you might not necessarily mean to do it. Like me, when somebody walks in, well, I don't know what y'all do, but the first thing I do is look at their shoes.
Oh, no, I don't do all that.
Because I might be because I'm from New York too.
Look at the shoes too, but that's just a fashion thing. But it's not. It goes back to just saying like.
But I'm not gonna hate on you if you're not like if it's not good. But if it's cute, I'm gonna be like,
what do the shoes say?
I look at
everything.
Women and men's shoes.
What do the shoes
everything?
say?
Yes,
It
I'm looking at
speaks.
both of y'all. That's like
we
flamed Braxton for months because of his shoes.
I've never framed Braxton because of his shoes.
We framed Braxton for months because of his shoes. So like you judge.
What I have said about his shoes?
Not you necessarily.
Who's Braxton?
Braxton, have I flamed you?
Today he got Uptowns on.
Hold on, see that's my problem with the world.
What?
This is my problem. This is my problem with New Yorkers. She thinks he's good. He got Uptowns on. He would be good if he had on Reeboks. I ain't never made fun of his shoes.
Braxton, they make fun of your shoes?
I was about to say, don't sit here and act like Ray did not flame you
Braxton
for your outfits
said he
before.
wears
No, I never flamed him for his outfits. I never flamed him for his outfits.
All right.
I might have flamed him when he started making money and I saw different shoes. I'm like, hey, bro, stay who you are until you're rich. You know, he might come in the room. I know he might have got a check and then he went and bought some. No, don't do that. That's the only. I've never flamed him like, man, look at your shoe. I've never done that.
But the fact of the matter is that females do it because they try to, I think, one, there's this
I
fake
think
sense
they
of
be
sisterhood.
admiring.
Yeah, at first it's that, and they don't want to give that. They feel
Yes.
like some people feel like if I give you flowers, it's looked at as,
That
excuse
is
me for
so
a lack
true.
of better words, sucking dick or being a fan,
That's
or
so true.
they don't feel like they can give people their flowers without being looked at as crazy. Like,
That is so true.
That girl want to be me, or she's a mini me, or like, just that mean girl mentality is overall, it's embedded in us depending on where you from and what you've been through. I have workplace trauma, that's what I call it. I'm working under a black woman who preached to me sisterhood and I got you and we doing this together. And the second I started working a little bit harder than her and people started seeing like, oh, she's on to something, they got rid of me. So I think that there's just
That
this
happens to me
there's
all
a
the
thought
time.
process that
know
there's
that
not
happens.
room for two black women at the table. And I've said this plenty of times. A black woman think that there's only room for one black woman at the
so
table.
true.
I gotta say something. I want to counter that. I want to counter that because I love my favorite rapper of all time is JayZ.
Me too. Everybody knows.
I love DMX too, though. I've never compared the two. I love
They're
both of
two
them.
totally
That's my
different,
point.
yeah.
I love what they brought to the table. Like DMX brought that aggression. JayZ brought that game. I love Kanye. Kanye brought that emotion.
But you're a man. That's like a
That's
female.
that's my point. My point is that as a man, I don't compare men to men. I don't compare myself to men. I see you but I think women.
You don't, but guess what? I don't think
that's a male trait.
In a man, in your face, they might not, but men always want to be the boss. So they might play team player, but it's always to the point of when can they be the boss. That's how bosses think. A leader, like where I work at my job, Kevin Lyles is a leader.
Yes.
He's not a boss. He's a leader. He is a boss in his own right, but he's a leader. So what he expressed when you're around or whatever, it's like he wants the opinion of everybody. He helps. He's a team player. He's not looking for yes men or to agree with him. He likes debates. You know what I mean? Salim, he's a leader. You know what I mean? Raina, Lisa, the women that I got the best. God put me in the best place ever. Like, these women embrace me. We call each other, like, my birthday coming up. How can we do it? And I'm like, whoa, this is rare. You know what I mean? Because some women, and especially to me, I'm nowhere where I want to be. And I feel like it took a little too long, but I don't know God's plan with me. So it's like he had me in school practicing. Cause he do know I'm finna tear their ass up. He do know that. When I put these points on the board, this my Jordan year. It's 23. When I do this, and where I keep going from here, it's gonna be curtains. So for me, it's like, embrace me. We can keep giving back. You know what I mean? And showing, because women are really running shit right now.
They always have.
So if we really embraced it together and like, let me give you an alley-oop or let me give you one, it would be bigger. But like, even with men, a lot of men and women, they're not leaders. They don't have leadership roles.
But what I noticed is that coming up was that the people that helped me the most were women. Erica Grayson, Ethiopia, Sylvia.
You always said that.
Ethiopia introduced me to Sylvia. Sylvia hired me on the spot to work for her. Like, men didn't embrace me because I was just like a little. Maybe I was angry. I don't know if I seem angry because I have a person.
It's aggressive.
I was aggressive though. I had a mom at home. I don't know. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I'm with Denzel Washington. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Correct.
I'm leaving with something. I'm not going. So for me, but women embrace that. That's why I wish there were more women. I wish there were more women empowering each other because y'all don't have the egos that men have.
But we somehow end up having it with it. It trips me out, to be honest. There are certain little situations, and I'll be praising the women, like giving them their glory. They done did way more than me and younger than me. And they still feel a certain way about me, and I peep it or they say certain things to people.
Because you had it easier than they did. The generation before you is always going to feel some kind of way because you're able to do things that they weren't able to do. So if they
like what? Because they
dress the way you dress, Shit, I couldn't do that when I was coming up. I had to wear Jordans, or I would have, it's also, we're also not in a time of like, if you a piece of shit in this market, you're a piece of shit in this time, it's going to come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you out here like.
But Ray, I'm saying even in grade school, like when my grandparents and my grandfather, that's who raised me, my grandparents, when they lost their job, and they had to pull me out of private school and stuff like that. I said I won best dress in middle school with probably like 5 outfits. I just always knew how to make shit look bigger and figure it out. Mm-hmm. But the spoiled girls who had everything and all of that, they never liked me. Mm-hmm. It was always like, it was something in me that made people, like, even like women in position, they are in bigger positions than me and then did more and still feel like even when I'm around, I got to prove certain points or say certain things like materialistic stuff or whatever. Like me, I don't be caring. I'm so free. I'll dress a girl in Walmart. Mm. I don't have to have on all that. I be looking at girls, you can have on all that designer and you still look a mess. Mm-hmm. I'm fashion. I find fashion in Target.
So I got to ask a question now. Why not fashion? Why music?
When you say that.
For you. Like you are fashion, like you said, but like, why did you choose to be in music instead of fashion?
I'm obsessed with music.
Okay, so you have the same obsession with music and fashion?
Yeah, the same. Listen, I can't even eat without listening to music. I can't get in a car. I can't do nothing in this world without music. I'm an Aquarius, so my whole world is music.
Go Aquarius. When your birthday?
February the 9th.
Oh, I'm 4th.
Oh, see,
Mom's an Aquarius. I love Aquarius.
There's no way my world could even function without music. So I'm saying that to say, whatever it is, I don't know what it is about me. It be people like, they'll even go to one of my friends like, oh, because you cool with the Brooke, like.
I know what your superpower is.
My name is Brooke.
Right, it's not
Brooke.
hard.
It's not hard. It's not even 2 syllables.
I know what your superpower is.
You know what I mean?
I know what your superpower is.
What is it?
You're sexy, but you don't lead with sex.
Well, okay.
That's
See,
dope. I mean, like, honestly,
that.
because some
like
women
that.
are sexy, lead with sex.
That's what I got.
And that's that I got. Your superpower is that you are
But
attractive
I didn't even
woman.
know that A&Rs and stuff be sleeping with women. I mean, with they girls, like, be sleeping with artists. And I never... No, I'm like...
I ain't gonna lie. I found that out in the last
Wait, what
year.
is it? Artists are sleeping with A&Rs?
I didn't realize how many people in the music business were fucking.
Me either.
I was a late bloomer.
I was like,
I was like,
wait,
it was like maybe the last 3 or 4 years. I was like, they were, what? Like, dog, have I ever even given you the slight that I don't do that? Like, it's like, she done came to my house.
I've been to Ray's house.
And we watched.
One time Ray had,
You was telling her?
Okay, so, this is hilarious. Ray had a pool party or something. Well,
Yes.
it turned into a pool party.
You were there.
And nobody had, it was a barbecue.
Yes.
And so it was so funny.
You got in the pool with jeans on.
My whole clothes. Everybody else took their
was out
clothes
there.
off.
Everybody else was out there, and like, she got in the pool with white pants, right? I remember she came over to the pool party and got in the pool
Well,
fully
I didn't
dressed.
know.
But I'm saying you could have not got in the water. You got in the water fully
I
dressed.
just got in the water dressed.
Yes.
Like, listen, I'm not gonna be naked in the water because that's not who I am.
Yeah.
But everybody was just feeling free and stuff, and I'm just like, shit. I always think about tomorrow. Like when everybody wake up, I'm talking about everybody was just free. Like,
It was a wild night.
it was. And see, I left. My daughter ended up getting a flat tire, and I had to go all the way to Sandy Spring. Ray, actually, my house that I got here, we both live in Fairburn.
Yeah.
So it was not even 9 minutes away from him. And I remember that day like yesterday, and I cracked up like, and Ray didn't pressure me or none of that. He never flirted or none of that.
Yeah,
like he just, I don't know if Ray felt sorry for me.
No,
because like when I first, Ray, I don't know. I think he seen something in me.
You know what it was? I'm telling you, I saw a woman. My best friend is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my best friends is a girl, Crystal. But she always taught me that. She says some women lead with sex. Some women lead with their mind. Some women, she was like, and I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, like some women lead being a woman. You've always been feminine, but it never came off like it could go there if you wanted to.
Right.
And sometimes when women go there, it's kind of like, I'm the man. So men, we ain't dumb. Like if you think Don Vito cute, and you told him that, you probably told me you thought I was cute too. Like, I don't walk around like, man, she told me I was cute, nigga. She's on me. No, I'm like, if she told me that, she definitely told somebody else that. I don't.
And you know what else too with it? I've always been attracted to my the world that I was in, to those type of guys, right? But I see how it could possibly happen with women, and I don't see how people sleep with their artists and stuff. Like, for me, everything fucks up the money. So, like, I know that I'm emotional when it comes. I'm not an emotional person. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm already detached. In the way I was raised, I'm just detached from my emotions. But when it's that person that I connect with, I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
So I know
These new chicks ain't emotional.
Yeah, if the worlds cross, like, I don't eat where I shit. You know what I mean? And so people think, like, my partners that I work with now, like, they find it so hard to believe that we spend so much time and it's nothing.
I know it. I can see it though.
Yeah, we go everywhere. We do everything together, but it's no intimacy in that way. So it's like, I think people find it hard to believe, but it's like, we wouldn't have been able to get this far because I'm around them and the shit I see, I be almost insulted when the girls even think anything different. You think I'm going to put up with all the stuff that I see him do with y'all, or is that, and I'm going to just sit around there like, no, it's nothing. Because if it's something, everybody's going to know, because my emotions is not going to be that intact with somebody that, you know what I mean, that I'm dealing with. But I think I see how it could be easier because you're always around these people and you end up sharing the same thoughts and stuff like that.
I see how it works.
Me too.
But I just feel like as long as they know not to, listen, man, don't fuck up the money.
How do you mess up the money? And that's what we here for.
It's a gift to do. It's a gift to do this. It's a gift to do this as is. Don't fuck up the money. And I've seen more guys fuck up by doing that than anything else. Yeah,
like you messing up your money concerned about a nut, and this girl is already a beast for you. And
but I gotta say one thing. There was a time, long time ago, where I had to sit on the phone with a girl for hours and hours and hours to get her to send me the kind of pictures that girls post on Instagram every day now. Like,
it's so easy.
The game is watered down. Playboy went out of business because it's Instagram.
It's everywhere. It is literally sex.
Let me tell you, I'm a girl and said I'm tired of seeing twerking.
I'm so tired of seeing
everybody
asses.
Cooking online, I was like, this cool.
Right.
This is a whole nother. Okay, people doing, like, I'm a girl and I don't never have to see a woman twerk for another 10 years.
I'm so tired of twerking.
And then men tired of twerking. Like, God damn.
You know you done messed up the game now. Men don't want to see ass.
I'm tired of it because in my mind it's like,
what else?
What's next? And I feel like the game has been watered down, and I feel like that's why I was happy when I saw Kevin hired you, because it's like she's not on that. And I believe that we pick up the team takes on the personality of the coach.
Yeah.
And if the coach is about his business, you're a coach now. You've always been a coach. But I think that I don't think that a girl, I think that if an artist was signed to you, a female artist was working with you, she'll want to be like you. Like, I want to be fly like her.
I'm working with Carly.
Yeah, we did a song on her.
Yeah, she's already a fly girl, pretty girl, and it's like I'm her big sister, because, like, I make her, it's the funny shit, go listen to Lil' Kim and Foxy and stuff, and she like, I didn't know that this was, she the first lady, like, I'm like, Junior Mafia, like it's a whole thing. I'm giving her game and insight, but I'm still fly, I'm still youthful. I had my daughter at 15, so it's like raising my best friend. I'm still in it. You know what I mean?
I don't think no female has ever had a better line than "Wanna rumble with the B, huh?"
Go ahead,
or the whole family. Like, what, nigga?
That's what I'm
saying. Like,
black,
she was sexy,
like
but she was still rapping with niggas.
I did my first deal with Lil' Kim. That's That's like,
Oh yeah, I forgot y'all.
yeah, that's one of my biggest. It's her, JayZ, Sade, and Anita Baker. Like those are my top 4. You know what I mean? And because I'm an original person. So me might be telling Carlea about Lil' Kim. They come up with Nicki.
Yeah.
Right.
So they didn't see where like
Kim was
Nicki
the first one to do certain things. Nicki is a version of Kim.
of Kim.
But that's the whole point of life. You're supposed to be a better version than you was
exactly
in the past.
But you
so
gotta
they
study
didn't
your
know.
history.
I'm showing like photo shoots that Kim did with David LaChapelle with Louis Vuitton painted all on her with the hat, and
Kim did it first.
Kim did a picture with blood on her panties to show how much of a feminist, like a woman she was. Like that was crazy to me. That woman, she went to the awards with her titty out. You gotta know about this. And I think a lot of the new generation don't even study.
I said, but why don't they? Like
they don't.
Hove
They
came
think
out
it's
before
Asian,
Kim, and we still give Hove the credit.
We do.
Why is that?
I think because they have their own things with what they might not like that Kim went and did or some
I
or
think
whatever.
it's because women are harder on each other.
That's true too.
And I believe that. And I believe that. I don't know.
Kim's an icon.
But this is my thing. But she, like, it feels like it feels. I feel like this. This is my theory. I feel like women have a desire to be slutty at times, right? But having a man and a powerful man or a man on your level gives you the right to be that, and everybody feels like, wow, that should be celebrated. Like Beyonce didn't start talking nasty until she was married.
Correct.
When Beyonce was a young girl, she was, I'm a survivor. If she was a young girl, she was talking about all my ladies who independent. When she became a wife, she was like riding on that wood, riding on it.
But we
like
needed to hear that.
But that's
She's
my point.
grown now. She developed. She's
but
a grown
people
woman
know
now.
who she's talking about. She's not
Correct.
talking about riding on every wood in the room.
That's
She's
true.
talking about riding on her husband.
That's true.
And that's why it makes sense. So even Cardi B, when she got Offset as a husband, it became easier for her to be hoish or sluttish because I'm that for
I
my
never
nigga.
even thought about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think that Kim probably not having that public.
I'm drinking babies, then I
Yeah.
crack for the Mercedes.
Yeah, like I'm saying, but I think, and I also think, everybody figured out it was Biggie, and then Biggie was dead, and then it was just nobody to follow
And
that.
on top of that, the fact that you wouldn't see it because he still had a wife, so it's like it made you still want to disrespect. Like,
and not only that, we didn't have social media where everybody didn't have so much access. You could you could control your own
I
narrative.
definitely think social media having that much access to artists, it dims down their celebrity.
Yeah, well,
And then again, it helps. It's the weirdest thing.
I don't think it dims down your celebrity. I think social media used correctly helps your celebrity. But I think people trying to control what you see. See, now where in the 90s you saw an artist in 1D, right? Like it was like, I just know you for what you want me to know in the videos I see and the interviews you do on BET or MTV. Now, because of social media, because everybody in this room has a camera on them, everything you do is under the microscope. So now instead of living in 1D, you're living in 3D now.
That's true.
So now I can see, actually 4D. I can see front, back. I can see every angle. I can see everything you're doing. So if you're going to be flawed because the world is going to show your flaws regardless,
Correct.
then use social media to tell those stories. Like, I wish that there was a woman who wasn't afraid to show their vulnerability, their weakness.
I've been talking about that
that's
to
sexy to
artists.
me.
Like, rap about that you're feeling
Real
hurt.
shit. Like when Lauren was like going through that shit with Wyclef, and it's funny how money changed the situation. Miscommunication leave the conflict. Like, it was like, dog, she was giving us a front row seat at her perspective.
To this day,
what she
there's
was
no
doing.
album better
It's
than
education.
No female album.
Oh my God.
But it's like when she has that line, you say you care for me, you say you live, you say you die for me, live for me. Like, that shit is real. So I believe that social media can make you a superstar, but you can't.
It can make you a
No, I mean, I
it's
think
the level of access of what.
it's telling your truth.
Yeah.
And dog, the Carters do it better than
See, they
anybody
make
in
us
history.
buy
That
them.
lemonade and all that,
No,
they
that's
had
what-
us.
that's what I'm
They
saying.
had us
Lemonade-
They
by the neck.
control.
Bro, when
they
I heard,
control the narrative.
but they control because they at this point. But
Yeah.
you can do that. You just have to, like,
JayZ got on Instagram for one day to
Right.
really to promote
test it
his
out.
movie.
Yeah. No, but
And I tested out. He promoted his movie, and then once he said the movie, he he got 2 million followers and he
Yeah.
never
He
came
said,
back.
he said it was too much.
They let you know what they want you to know,
But
not
what I'm
more
saying,
than
what
that.
I'm
So
saying, what
he
I'm
is gonna look at Lenny S, like blame Lenny S
Yeah, he
for
said,
that.
yeah, he said blame
you
Lenny.
know what I mean?
But what I'm telling you is that I'm telling y'all, it's some different shit going on right now because you see Blueface and his girl.
Oh my God.
and
Oh my
No. We can all say, oh my God, but
It's reality.
everybody is.
Yeah.
But if I never
Everybody
have to
is
see
talking
it,
about
We'd
it.
be okay.
it is.
Huh?
Yeah, no, if we never had to see Blueface,
No. I'm
it's
saying
okay.
if we never had to see it, but why do we keep seeing it?
Because somebody want to see it.
No, somebody. That's my
entertainment.
point. So my
Yeah.
point is that it's just, dog. Let the music is a soundtrack to the life. If you're gonna put the life out, then tell it. Blueface, if I was his A&R, I'd definitely drop a song about my shorty going through this and all this other shit because we all have been through that.
Yeah.
And if I'm Krishan's manager, I'm dropping a song about my nigga and his shit. Like that's
He
my
should
thing.
talk about
They're not
women
capitalizing. They're not capitalizing
She be
on.
beating his ass.
They're not capitalizing on the eyes that they have. Like that's what I'm saying about the Carters.
Yeah.
The Carters understand. When Beyonce dropped Lemonade, and then we had a song on the album. We did All Night on the album. And I asked Tehran, I was like, because it was very close. Like, nobody could talk about it. And then I was like, what's Lemonade about? And he said, dog, when life gives you lemons. I said, ooh, nigga, that's incredible. Like, that was genius. Like, and then Here Come Ho with
But you
444
make some-
album.
and he
And now
talked
he's
about
talking about
the-
almost
his
losing
shit.
his wife.
Wife.
And now here they about
She's
to drop.
sleeping in wrong, and he ain't talked to
Yes.
him, and he roaming alone.
Yeah,
And imagine
but that's
being
why it
Beyonce
works
leaving
because
you.
if you're going
But
to
we
have
had
drama,
to buy.
if you're gonna have
hear it.
drama,
Yeah.
then give me the soundtrack to the drama.
I like it.
If
Give
you're
me the
gonna have
soundtrack.
laughs, give me the soundtrack
They
to the
made
laughs.
money off theirs though. Like they're not gonna give
But
you.
every
their
artist
drama
can
for
though.
free.
Every artist can though.
Yeah.
Every artist can make money. That's what I'm saying. If you want to be a superstar, tell your motherfucking truth.
Okay, we gotta start wrapping up soon.
I got you.
So one thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you want artists to know from your perspective? Artists out there that's on the come up, what do you think they should know from your perspective?
You know what I'm tired of, to be honest? I don't know if it's the era I'm from, but what I noticed is I work harder than artists. I think that these artists,
If there was a bomb to be dropped, we should
Fucking
drop
lazy.
10 of them.
they're lazy as fuck.
Stop being lazy.
No,
That's what I
no,
was
stop being lazy. Want it for
Want
you.
it.
I have worked with artists
It's an
that I want
opportunity.
it for them more than they want it
Me
for them.
too.
That is probably the biggest issue in the music industry. I want it for you more than you want it for you. That's why when you see that post that I posted, I said I can be a facilitator. I'm a facilitator of dreams. I am not here to take you to your dream. I'm a facilitator of dreams. You have to fucking do the work.
Because I do, and I want artists to know that, and I want them to know the way they knock down your DMs and be like, please listen and please, and that the hunger they have. I don't know if they know once you get in it, this is really your job. It's not.
Start,
It's
not the
like
end.
it seems fun because you get to. It's like you getting a bank to let you do what you want to do, and so I don't know what comes over. Like, wait, I really got to do this, or I really got to go there. I really got to do this, and it's like, yeah, this shit is serious. And I've had an experience like 2 years ago, flat out with an artist. He's no longer my artist, but I mean, I just have to be honest that me going harder than an artist, that bothers me. And it's like I'm much older. I'm not even like super young like that no more. And I'm up every day and I'm in the studio. I do everything. It looks like I just have this like so much fun. I'm having fun. I'm working. I'm a listener. I'm a healer. I'm a mom. I'm an auntie. I'm a daughter. I got a mom that's basically dying as we speak. Like, it's a lot going on, and I'm still here for you. You got to show up for yourself. And I think artists don't know how serious this is. Like, I think they see this life, and you're just going to get the jewelry, the cars, and the stuff like that, and then it's a wrap. And it's like, no, you got to be willing to go the long haul.
And I tell people, the greatest gift, hip-hop is the greatest gift and curse to us.
To
Let me tell you
blacks,
why.
that's true.
Because here's why it's a gift. Because if you've lived in the cold your whole life, hip-hop is the only opportunity you have where you could get hot, live in the heat, and make money. But you know what's worse than living in the cold your whole life? Living in the cold and then having 2 years of living in the heat and then going back to the cold.
Then going back to.
Then you want to kill.
Better say it.
Then you want to kill. Then you angry at everybody. You want to kill your kid,
And it's always
kill your baby
everybody
mama,
else's fault.
and everybody's fault. But bro, when the opportunity is there, take advantage
Seize
of
it.
that shit
Seize
because
it.
it's no guarantee it's coming there tomorrow. And the music business gets
That's the
fascinated with
best
a new
advice.
artist.
They
They get
do.
fascinated with new art. A new artist come in the room is like a new blue ball, a new brand new ball that's ready to play. It's like, let's see what he wants to do.
And it's every day there's a rapper being created.
Every day.
And
there's-
especially in Atlanta. And
was
I
about to say,
noticed
right around here.
Atlanta and the South artists, they hustle so different, but they be so not dirty, but like they got that grime look. Like they not okay. And so they're not okay with not being okay. So they hungry and they want to change their life. Certain regions, the artists are just a little bit different. So I be noticing the hustle. Like even when I was an artist, like we was up every day. We wanted to make sure we broke our own record. So if we had a label to get behind us, the job, we gonna do the job. We gonna brand this thing. We gonna fashion this thing. We gonna market it all the way down to. I remember we had a mixtape and we called it Her Story and our skit, and we made it like we got kidnapped and we did this and we bought every girl a pair of red bottoms if she sent in an essay about her story, and we would meet them at the club and pick the essay the month. Like we did everything. And so now when I see the artists, it's like they just. What you got for me? No, I don't, massa. I ain't got. You know what I mean? Like work, and that's what this generation. The when I say lazy, it's not their fault because I'm even lazy to certain things. Like I don't have to get out the bed, and I done got to the point now where on my Uber Eats it says put the food by the door. I don't even got to meet you. You know what I mean? I do not like shopping no more. Everything is online. So when we were coming up, we had to sit at the dinner table. That's why our grandmother learned our day. She could tell from our personality what happened at school stuff. Nobody sits at the dinner table. Everybody go to their room, and once they get their food, so you don't know what's the hell going on in your kid's life. The kids do not go outside and play.
They do not.
They're lazy. They're sitting on their game. They're not energetic. So the health issues are different. You know what I mean? It's just all fucked up. And so they can blow up just because they made a song on the internet. So they didn't have to put in no hard work to do it.
Well, the only thing I got to correct you. They can't blow up. Their song can.
Their song can. There you go.
But they
there
think
you
because
go.
their song blew up,
They
blow up, and they don't realize that people have moved the fuck on. Like
It was just that record.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a Hove fan.
Me too.
If he never dropped an album, I'm still a Hove
Me
fan.
too.
But I'm not waiting for Hove to drop an album. Like it's like
he grew his fan base,
he does it when he
right.
wants to. These artists out
Exactly.
here be thinking the fan. That's why I say stop using the word fans. Fans is action. That shit requires it's a verb. Fan requires doing
They with
work.
you when they with you.
And they with you. I'm probably a fan of 5 real artists. Now there are probably 100 artists who I love their music.
There you go.
But that don't mean I'm a fan of you. That just means I love your music. For me to be a fan of you, that means when they coming for you, I'm out there fighting with you. If somebody fuck with Hov, I'm on the front line
You
fighting
see
with them.
how?
Fuck that.
You
That's
remember-
Kanye too. I love my people. I love my
You
people.
remember Lil Wayne? Even at the skating board, he would build a studio. He just always recorded. Tupac just always recorded. These kids can't fuck with NBA YoungBoy. He's probably putting out an album as we speak.
He has got an album dropping Friday.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
He got an album.
what's your work ethic like? Because it's always somebody that'll outwork you. I'll outwork anybody.
Me too.
I don't get tired.
Me neither.
I do not get tired. I'm like, I got so many goals. It's like, I'm like, I can't even sleep. Like, I'm waking up like I'm fasting. Like, God, it's time to fast. Okay, what I'm doing next? What you got for me? So
And that's why I was fucking with Braxton, by the way. Because I'm trying to train my guy. It don't matter what you got on. It matter what you doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach you how to work. Dog, I want to work with somebody who I don't have to watch work.
Me too.
If you're going to indulge in this shit, you're going to lose. I don't care what you think. Dog, if you're going to indulge, you're going to lose. You know why poor people are poor? Because they are indulging. They are doing things to make themselves feel good. They're like, that's why when they get their check, they go spend it. That's indulging. You give me a check today, that shit don't do nothing for me. I'm coming to work tomorrow. And the next day, I'm dedicated to this shit. Like, this is who I am. Like, I don't even know how to take off I don't even know how to take off because I'm so addicted to the game I'm in. And the minute that I'm no longer this addicted is the minute that I'm leaving this shit. And that's my promise to myself. So you go wrap it up.
I like that. So what's next for you?
So
I know you just signed your first artist, right?
Yeah, I just signed My Crazy Road from TML to 300. He's out of Long Beach, California. Yep, and we're dropping his project probably like early summer. A single coming in the spring, but early summer. I'm really excited about that because I put on a Monopoly board, like I want Cali. So I always wanted California. And I did that. And one of the crazy things is Ray told me, because when I was in survivor mode, I had a consulting company where I would do all the work for the artists, like do press runs, move them around, get them in the studio, And then one time Ray said, Brooke, he knew it too. He said, I know you need the money, so you're taking the clients. He said, but we are watching. He said, stop doing it. I can't tell you not to take money, but stop getting these artists. He said, because you work your ass off, but you promote them, and the artists don't even be good.
You're putting it's like you're co-signing the loan.
Exactly.
And then you might co-sign the loan because they gave it to you, but the detriment, the outcome of it can be worse than the money you made.
And I stopped, right? When I paid attention to that,
I didn't know she stopped.
I stopped. And that's when I moved to Cali and did TML artists. And from there, they moved me to California, and I worked on a label as a general manager. And then I transitioned and was like, I want to go on the inside. I want to be sharper. I want to know the ins and out and just make my Rolodex bigger and stuff like that. And then I moved around. I went and met with all of the execs, but I met with Salim. I've been knowing Salim for almost 15 years, and he just told me, I'm going to hire you. And he did that. And in the midst of that, I had a group called 4-1 that I went and got a huge deal at Republic. And then right after that, all the execs was like ready, but Salim had been told me, yeah. So that's another thing I learned too. Fuck with who fuck with you. And he told me, yeah, before I got the kids the deal or whatever. And so that's how I end up at 300. So the next stage from here is to be like the biggest woman exec, the chairman, and keep it going. The Ethiopian Sylvia Rones. He took me to meet Sylvia.
Yeah.
He did.
And
Ray, you really he did. I cried because I've been watching Sylvia since I was like 20, and that was so fun.
That's why shout out to Sylvia Rome.
Yeah.
I said a young lady out here who loves you, and I know you. She was like, bring her in, and then I brought her in, and
he didn't even tell me. He was like, "What you doing today?"
Yeah, I just said, "Roll with me."
That's some real Ray.
Yeah, and I said, "All right, I'm coming down here." I used to, because the guys from Compton, before they physically moved me there, they would put me at the Lowe's Hotel.
Exactly.
And I wasn't doing nothing that day. And he was like, when I got in the car, we went to Toast to eat. He was like, yeah, what else you got to do today? I was like, none. He said, I'm going to take you to meet Sylvia. I was like, no, you're not.
She don't even know that I hit Sylvia an hour
I did
before.
not know.
But can I tell you something? That was a test. Not a test for me because I want to do good for you, but I want you to fuck me just because you fuck with me. Not because you think it's something in it for you. So when I picked you up, I was already talking to Sylvia, like, I got somebody that I'm going to bring you to meet. I'm coming to see you. So she already knew about it. So that's why I was like, and then you came and it was just like, okay, she my nigga. Like, because when you in LA, it's just a different type of time.
He already, though, had made me come to Ray. When I come to his house, we going to talk music. He left me upstairs.
I made her watch a documentary.
Yeah.
Because my thing is this, is if you really want to do this shit, like, my man Don Vito's in the room, right? Don Vito tells me.
Big Don.
Don Vito tells me the other day, He was like, yo, in the middle of a meeting, he was like, yo, by the way, Will Smith book, am I tripping? He was like, best book I ever read. And I was like, I bought it that day. Have I not been raving
Will
everybody
Smith is
about
gonna
it?
have to give you PC because I ordered this book. You just got everybody.
I probably sold like 10 books because of you.
Oh,
but
I
my
need
point
to
is
read
that
it.
when my point is that I look at it like this. It's not about learning, it's about applying. So a lot of people think learning the game and soaking it up is enough. No, you got to apply that shit. So when someone tells me I should do something that I respect, I'm going to do it.
Me too.
And when I do it, I'm going to tell everybody else to do it. So a lot of the times, people want, I do believe people want to help people.
I never hired a whack rapper after you told me that.
I cut it out right.
Because I always knew that they were whack.
Yeah.
But it was a check, and
Yeah.
I was in survivor mode, and they had to
You
pay
can't-
my
nah,
bills.
and I
But
tell-
when
don't-
the way you worded it, you said, we are looking at you. You taking these people to your resources and press runs and doing
No.
all of this, and you posting.
That's yours.
Yes.
And if somebody can pay you $5,000 for your relationships, that means you don't understand the value of your relationships.
And I don't think I.
I don't
did at
allow
that
money to
moment.
make. I do that to everybody on my team. I'll be like, stop chasing money, start building value. You build value, the money will chase you. If you chase money, you're going to be a chasing money motherfucker because it costs money to chase money. It costs money to build value too, but the value is yours. The money you got to spend. I give you $1 million a day. That shit ain't going to last you forever. Nope. You going to have to spend it, but you ask your last question. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, okay.
Last question.
So we gotta ask this because, of course, this is the guy show. Do you consider yourself a GOAT or underdog?
I am an underdog that will be a GOAT.
Amen. Tell us a little bit about that. Why?
I'm probably always going to be an underdog. Even
But to a lot of people, you are a fucking GOAT. To your daughter,
to my daughter. And
I'm about to say, I know that.
to my
Little girls in
14
St. Louis.
adopted girls in a group home of Detroit, like it's people who, when I wake up, when my feet hit the ground, I have to make it because I feed
They
them.
watching.
They watching, and so to some people it's like, oh my God, and I be like, some little guy came up to me at Rose's show. He was on tour with Kaylin for real, and he was like, I've been watching you, Brooke. I like the way you move. I like the way you dress with the way you move. He said, I like how you do boomerangs and get out the black trucks. And I was like, damn, you pay attention to all that? And he said, yeah, you do it. And he said, you showed emotion. You put the time of the day, how your day started, and when you travel. He paid attention to, he broke down everything that I purposely give out. So he also noticed that I wore black and white in all my business deals and stuff like that. He told me everything, and he was like, is it personal branding? He paid attention, and I was like, damn, I ain't, because I don't feel like, I know I'm further than the north side of St. Louis in the ghetto where they cook crack and soup in the same pot. I know I'm different from, I'm further than that, but I'm not different than that. But I don't still see myself as where I supposed to be. So I'm blessed that God is, even put me in position to even sit next to Ray, and we having a conversation from, it used to be blowing him up, begging, whining, whatever.
I never
Ray,
look at it like
I need
that.
to go to the studio. Ray, can you call this person? Ray, whatever, versus being a peer and him always accepting me. So I think I like being an underdog. I got to be honest, because it put the fire in you to never get comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't want to be nobody, though. I look up to Sylvia Rome because I like how graceful she did things. But when I pay attention to a lot of stuff, me and Deborah Annie might not have had the best relationship, but I learned a lot from her. She's a strong woman. You know what I mean? And she told us women, we don't cry. When we get sad, she be like, what the fuck you crying for? Like, there's no pity party. We live with her. You know what I mean? So she's an underdog, and I don't, something about an underdog that just get my favor, because it's like you always rooting, you keep it going. Yeah. And the girls even coming up or even around me or asking me things, or my assistants and managers and stuff, I'm always giving them game. So yeah, I would say underdog, but I'm going to be the greatest of all time.
Better tell him.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for taking the time out to come and sit down
Shout
with
out to
us.
Brooke.
Thank
I'm
y'all
proud
for
of you.
having
No, I'm
me.
proud of you.
Thank you.
And you are a shining example of what a fly black woman in this business should
Thank
be,
you, Ray.
who did it the right way. Don't
Thank
ever let, sometimes you walk in the room and people are like minimize you, like, what do you know? But trust me, they didn't come as far as you did, because if they did, they wouldn't fucking treat you like that.
Thank you, Ray. Aw.
Okay, guys, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube
Let's go.
channels. You following us on all streaming platforms, and check us out next week.
Let's get it.